On this unofficial start of summer, we're proud to kick off a new series, America the Beautiful. The National Park Service is celebrating 100 years of protecting and promoting America's most awe-inspiring natural resources. When you think of national parks, you probably picture the Grand Canyon or the soaring trees of Redwood National Park. But not all the getaway spots are that ancient. Peter Greenberg is here again after exploring one of our newer national parks. Peter, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. In all, there are 59 national parks across the United States. And while it might not surprise you to learn that California is home to more of them than any other state, you'll find some parks in the most unlikely places, created by cobbling together the most unlikely pieces of land. In the middle of Cuyahoga Valley National Park, where the Brandywine Falls cascade and natural rock ledges carved through trails, lies Beaver Marsh. Looking at the beauty that surrounds it, it's hard to imagine this place as a garbage dump. All this, right? This wasn't really here, was it?
Right. I mean, I can vaguely remember before the beavers moved in, it was just the open field where the car parts had been dumped and all.
Peg and Rob Bobel remember this spot as a neglected landscape all too common in the industrial region known as the Rust Belt. That's the junkyard.
And we always joked about this. He's pulling bed springs out. And
the National Park Service bought the property in the 1980s, and a radical transformation began.
And then the beaver came in and built this beautiful wetland that you see right here.
The Bobels joined a team of volunteers who cleared the growing wetlands of the remaining trash.
And we had 3 or 4 canoes. They were hauling around and pulling up the junk, and there was old car parts, and there was old toilets, and everything that you could imagine.
But it's very amazing that once you did that first move of moving the junk out, the natural cycle then sort of takes over.
Exactly.
Years later, Rob would return as the park's civil engineer and build this boardwalk that now spans the very marsh he helped clear. Reclamation is one of the central themes of this national park. 33,000 acres nestled between 2 Ohio cities, Cleveland to the north and Akron to the south, an area once so polluted, the Cuyahoga River caught fire. What's the message here?
The message is that there's always hope for reclamation, there's always hope for nature.
Plant biologist Chris Davis showed us what looked like an ordinary meadow. 17 years ago, this hulking arena, the Richfield Coliseum, stood here, abandoned, after the NBA's Cleveland Cavaliers had moved out. If you look at history of cities and development, you tear down a stadium, you build another stadium.
And they build a grassland.
But the biggest reclamation project has to be the former Cresci dump site.
Where we are standing right now was a toxic waste dump. We probably would have been surrounded by piles of 55-gallon drums leaking blue stuff and orange stuff and who knows what, as far as I can see back to the edge of those woods.
Cleanup crews worked 20 years to restore the site.
This is definitely still a work in progress.
But today its recovery is robust.
If we walk out there right now, we'll find thousands of tadpoles swimming in this wetland right here.
Cuyahoga Valley isn't entirely about reclamation. There are plenty of areas where natural beauty has been left virtually untouched, like we've come to expect from our national treasures. But this national park is unique in another respect. One of the biggest surprises is that inside the park there are 9 sustainable farms, producing everything from eggs, livestock, even growing blueberries. Try finding that inside another national park. You won't. Daniel Greenfield and his wife Michelle run Greenfield Berry Farm on land they lease from the park.
Here we're doing garden vegetables and berries.
And beekeeping and honey.
Yes, I'm a beekeeper as well, and we get quite a bit of honey.
But then they have the blueberries.
Yes, the blueberries, right now they're just finishing up blooming, but soon there will be ripe fruit.
In the middle of a national park.
In the middle of a national park.
And by the way, when the harvest season starts in about 5 weeks, the cool thing about this park is they invite people to come out and pick their own blueberries.
Just as another example of how cool this country is.
Yeah, right in the middle between Akron and Cleveland.
Right.
It's interesting, they spent 20 years to clean this place up.
And they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go there maybe when we're at the convention. Take a trip over to the park.
And all your spare time.
Yeah,
Good luck with that.
Anthony, you're so right. We can carve out something. There's lots to see.
Yes.
Thanks. Did you enjoy your conversation with the secretary? He was really looking forward to talking to you.
I've been taken out for secondary screening. It's over now.
You're never getting through
I'm
checkpoint
finished.
again.
Your TSA pre-check all of a sudden doesn't work anymore.
TSA fast check. Yeah.
He's on a new watch list. Thank you,
Yes.
Peter Greenberg.